another go at tying the red setter. So hopefully you can see a little bit more of it and a bit more detail. So the red setter was tied by Jeff Sanderson. Originally the tail was either auburn red here or was red setter originally, and then it became, they say, the red squirrel, I think it was America or somewhere like that, but what I used to use was the red squirrel from England, but it has become protected. Then it became, they were using black squirrel, so I'm just using, this is what they call a red fox squirrel. So we use the lighter tails, the reds and the browns in the daytime fishing, and we use the blacks morning and evening. You can vary the colour of the feathers as well. For the body, we're just using orange chenille, and then these are the feathers. So we'll start. Whoops. Well, you've got to adjust it every time you put a hook in. Okay, that's it. Now with black thread, just start at the back, work my way forward. Come here, just wrap that around there, and I'm going to do a half hitch. A lot of people don't use half hitches. It's a good habit to get into, using your half hitches. And cut that. Now I'm just using nail varnish as my glue. No, just very thinly. I've usually got 2 bottles on the go. But as this gets thicker, I use the thicker one underneath and then use the thinner one for the heads and different things. So now we just get a piece of a squirrel. So, don't know where the best place to hold it, but we'll give it a go here. So it's quite red on the back, so you could get it really light here and it's darker at the front. So I'm just going to come in here and pull that up. So then I pull it up, hold it, cut it, and then always pull that excess out. Okay, now this is a real good secret to tying anything, the fur, hair, if you're wanting tails, to hold it together. So just watch carefully. I'm just making sure my thread's unflat. Come up between my thumb, down the other side of my forefinger, up between my thumb and down. Now this tail is about the length of the shank of the hook, so now I can actually lower that down. Hold it, pull down straight, then straight up, straight down between my thumb and forefinger. So I do this about 3 times and then just check it. If I've got it long enough, I can pull it a wee bit. That's looking good, all right? Now that's not going to turn around the hook. Now I'm just going to come up, cut this on at a long angle. Just keeps your underbody, having a good underbody and tidy underbody makes a big difference to your whole rest of your fly. And glue it. And try not to wind your tail around. Try and keep if you're just going up and down rather than just round and round, you'll actually be able to keep that all on top and get it nice and firm. It's nice and tidy. So now I'm just going to do a half hitch, 1 turn. Now get my chenille, which is orange. The earlier flies they used was like a burnt orange wool. It worked really well. I've used seal's fur, it works well. So whatever material works good for you. If you're going smaller, you'd be better to use a finer chenille. This is medium and you can get a bigger one. You can start off in the back section small and the front section bigger. You can just vary it, vary the colours. Now with the chenille, you run your hand down And one way will be smooth and one way rough. That way is rough, this way is smooth. So this is the top of your thread. So I pull that off. So now I should be able to just catch that, pull it back to where I want it, and there's no fluff off the chenille tying in and making any bulk. Just lay that back. Now I come halfway, I do a half hitch. And you're going to be saying it's not halfway, but what you've got to do, always take your allowance of your head off. So that's about halfway. All right. Just a wee bit of glue. Now I always incline with my body material to wind it away from me. I just find it a lot stronger. So hard it near the back. You can pull it back. Hard up against each other. Not overlapping it, but I think I can get just about another turn in there. So now, bring this hard up there, bring your thread up, and then bring your thread back and pull that around. Hard against your thread. Then that's just cutting through the thread in the middle of the chenille without catching all your chenille. And just cut that. And that should just pull off. And then you can just tie that in. There's no bulk. Okay, so now we get my smaller feather. With these feathers, I like to keep this. They can be dyed. This can be used on top of a hook with marabou. It makes a really good fly. So I'm just going to tie this in from the tip. In the first section, I need at least 2 turns of feathers. If I do 2, I need to do 3 or 4 in the front section. If I do 3, I need to do another 1 or 2 more turns of hackle in the front. It's just to keep it balanced. This here needs just to be a fraction wider than the gap of the hook. And then the next lot will be slightly wider. It's to get your fly in proportion. If your fly looks like a V shape when you lay it down between your tail and your hackles, you know you've got the proportions right. So now I've tied that in, front facing. Now with our fingers, we pull that back, hard up against the chenille, not on top of it. And then this one, the next turn, it's hard up against the last turn. Whoops, that broke. So we'll just go back. It's okay. Happens to all of us. Some of these quills on the hen hackles are always a lot softer. It happens to all of us, so I'm just going to come up with my thread and round like that. Come up and around like that. Just wind that back. No more than that. You're just catching the base. And now I'm going to do a half hitch. Because you want them to pulsate in the water. Your chenille. Put that in the same as what we did before. Whoops, I'm having a really good day today. Happens to all of us. You wouldn't think this is the 4th time I've done this video today, so now just take this forward, do a half hitch, beginning where you want your head, a little bit of glue, wanting this away from you, hard up against there. And usually you've got one, at least one more turn than what you had in the back section. So come up, hold it, and around. So I've got my thread too. Here we are. Trim that. Now I'm going to do a half hitch because I don't want that all unraveling. And a turn. Now we've got to get our large one. Hopefully this won't break. Now I'm just going to come up a wee bit more because I want the feathers need to be slightly bigger than that one. I'm going to tie in there. Cut this off. Just gently. I only use I don't use pliers because if you gotta let it go, you've got to let it go. So you're not breaking too much. It's one turn hard up against the chenille now. My second one. Up against the last turn, not on top of it, hard up against it. That's number 3. Now thread up here, pull this around. It's looking nice. And then I'll just get in here and cut that. Yep. Now always start from the base here, from behind the eye, work my way back. Come back down here, work my way up. Make sure my thread's flat. And then do your whip finish. And use your whip finishing just filling any little bumps in your head. But if you get a smooth head, it makes less likely to ever unravel. So this fly can be tied in many different sizes. You can even tie it down a little wee 8 and just have one hackle, but really webby, and it looks really good. And then with my glue or your varnish, whatever everyone uses, the original flies were just 3 half hitches and they had a heavy sort of tarry tack they used to top on the top. So that's us. That's our red setter.